It's going to be a quick video on the crank position sensor. I've seen a few videos out there about replacing the crank position sensor, and I want to make this one to show. I'm trying to see if there's an easier way to do it, not having to remove the belt. One did show without having to move the belt, but even without having to remove the tire. If you will look down there, right behind that serpentine belt, where the light is, that is the crank position sensor. That's the screw for it right there. And okay, in a short period of time, we discovered it is pretty tight in between there. That's the tightest spot. That's the wire. That's the wire running right there that runs down, and that's the harness for it where it connects. That's the connection, and like I said, that's the wire, and that's the wire running down there. I do believe the best way to get to it is to remove that passenger side tire. I'm going to just remove this little piece here, this flap, and see if that's going to be the key flap we need to remove in order to get to it. I'll just put this here up there. It's a 10 millimeter. Make sure, yeah, these are 10 millimeter screws, so we're just gonna remove them. And hopefully that's gonna put us right where we need to be. Right there is the crank position sensor. So I designed that pretty well so you can get right to it. And once again, when working on anything electrical, we like to go ahead and disconnect the battery. That's your screw. Take and wiggle it out. Help you pry it out. It's still a bit tight working in there, but just take your time at it. Work it loose. Your time, it will work its way on out, and there it is. Feed it on around, bring it on up. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it from here. It's got a little, if you see right here, it's got a little piece that it slides onto. You just slide the brace off in that, make it a little easier to get to. Bring it on around. Got this little tab here, just push that down and it slides right out. And there you're gonna have to, okay, that's a tight spot there, but I'm gonna try to work it around the alternator without having to remove it. And there it is. Bring it under your belt. Okay, and there's our crankshaft position sensor. And that's the line. Other than that, the line doesn't look to be in too bad of a shape, but as much stuff that's on it, we're going to go ahead and got a replacement part of it. This is our new crank position sensor. Make sure our connection, let's see, there we go. Okay, everything looks like it matches up on that end. It comes all around, and that's going to be a little different match. The length is the same. Once again, this will be a good documented purpose for, we have to send them back. Get this new line in place. I'm going to try to feed it in where it came out. It was fairly tight at this point. Okay, but this one here, yeah, we follow the same route that we pulled it out. Okay, you can get a few seconds. So it's going to be a minute so I can actually feed it up. You get it behind your belt on the way up. It's going to have a little wire like housing part that you're going to have to put it in. Okay, we get it connected back there. You hear it click. And on this here piece, you're going to make sure you slide that back over there to secure it in place. And now make sure you, well, we're going to go ahead to the feed down back through this hole, that opening right there. Feed the piece in, on back down. There is the new one coming out here, so we're going to insert it back into the hole. Push it down so that it seats good. Like I say, be careful with that washer because you don't want to break that washer. So gently just work it back down in there. There's going to be a couple little, right, if you can see where my finger is, right there is a little place to where fingers right there, right under is going to be a little place where the wire connects into a little like holding spot for it. So you're going to want to put it in there so your wire is not moving all around, vibrating and getting on your serpentine belt while it's in operation. So feed it back up in there, follow it around. It's got one up here closer to the top and then one on the bottom side that it will connect into. Need a screwdriver up top. Shield guard back in place. And then put your tire on and we'll start her up and see how it turns out.